Welcome to forever, man. Let's go. Come on. It's forever. No surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever. Go. And there will be no surrender. Now allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me J.O. N to the easy E-N. Know that we undefeated. Y'all are beneath them speeches trying to air a grievance, but his lines are overhead. Better check the air for clearance. Call the tower. This is ours. Clear the heat. The air apparent. Really, I never been better.
G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode. Now this one is slightly different, not out on the boat today, but here at Spear West, which is exactly where Britta works. Now today we wanted to do something a little bit different. We always get a lot of questions about what gear do we use, where do we get it from, obviously, and what would we suggest for beginners, or what would we suggest for, intermediate divers. So today down at Spear West, what we're going to do is Britta and I are going to run you through a bunch of different diving gear. Now, Spear West is an incredible store based here in Osborne Park. It's such a spearfishing mecca. The crew know exactly what they're talking about when it comes to diving. There's insane gear, all the best, top of the range gear. And you can come down, have a chat and get something that you like. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head inside and have a look at a bunch of different stuff, from spear guns to fins, masks, weight belts, everything you need. Even if you're intermediate, even if you're a beginner, there is something for everyone here. So let's go in and have a look.
All right guys, first things first, we are going to start with our fin range. This is one of my favorite parts because it's something you can customize. I'm definitely into the colors and matching my gear to each other. So what we've got here is we've got our penetrators, which are an Australian brand. They have some incredible patterns, composites, carbons. We've got our Cressies through the middle there. Again, a very good quality brand. And we have our Dive R's, which some of you may have heard of. They've got the composite, the carbon, and the Hypertex now. So incredible. We'll run you through a little bit about them though. All right, Caden and I actually both run Dive R's at the moment. I also have a pair of penetrators, so I'll get to those in a minute. But these are the composite Dive R's. These are in a soft, so they come in a couple of different stiffnesses. These softs are quite soft, nice and flexible. I have a soft composite pair, and Caden has a Kevlar weave, I believe, in a medium. So Caden's a bit of a bigger guy than me, so he runs a medium and I run a soft in these. Very important, but to know what stiffness you do want and which material you want to go with as well. So I've actually had composites for about 5 years now. A bit scratched up on the reef, but absolutely thrashed them and I love them. They have been amazing and nothing has gone wrong with them. So this one is a clownfish pattern. Dive R has amazing patterns by beautiful artists, lots of drawings as well. So make sure you get on and support those artists, guys. All right, these are our penetrators, which I currently have just bought a new pair. My first time having penetrators, I'm loving them at the moment. I have Taylor, Casey's, custom shark tooth, clear ghost fins. So I absolutely love them. They look amazing. These ones are actually a Noob Spearo collab. So these are actually in a medium. So they are quite stiff if you did want something stiffer, but most of the penetrators are a soft or an extra soft, which are very, very flexible. So as you can see here, much, much more flexible than the Dive R's. And they are a little bit narrower as well. So they say it a little bit better for the ladies in case you kick your fins together a little bit. The penetrators are great. I find that with the penetrators, I don't tend to kick my feet together too much. So a little bit narrower, but yeah, much softer in the extra soft, which a Dive R doesn't actually come in. But if you are a bigger guy, maybe go something like the medium. So the Dive R's and the penetrators are a little bit more of the top end range of stuff. If you are just beginning, we have something like the plastic fins down the bottom here, ranging from $99 all the way up to $250. So the Cressies are actually really great for a plastic fin. They are quite flexible and they seem to do really well. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong with going plastics as you start, guys. It is, as long as you go these longer freediving fins, you'll notice a massive difference going from short fins to long fins. And then from plastics, eventually, if you do want to upgrade, you can go something like a composite, which will make a difference again.
All right. One of the main things that you need when you are spearfishing or freediving is definitely a wetsuit. Now, I feel like Britta's a bit of the pro here because we're obviously in her workplace, but I'll run you through wetsuits. So, obviously you have the difference of open cell and closed cell. Open cell are the ones that are a little bit sticky, all right, on the inside, and you do need lube for them. So they look a bit like this all the way on the inside, and they're really, really sort of sticky. And once you sort of try to put these on, you do need some sort of lube, like a shampoo or something like that. So just to help you get into them. This one right here is a closed cell, and you can see this one right here is got more of like a surf suit material, and you don't need lube to get into this one. So they're really, really good. I wear a Wayhana, so I have had this one, which is a 3.5 mil, and I recently just got this one, which you would have seen in my last episode, spearing my Dewey, that I am now running this one, which is the Ranger, and it's a really, really insane quality suit. Now, these are Hawaiian. They're obviously not Australian made, but super, super cool, and definitely something different as well. Then you move on to Wetty, which is like more of a New Zealand type brand. This one here is called the Ocean Armor. It's a 3mm suit, which is really, really good. Comes with pants as well. So these ones go all the way up over your shoulder. So these are like the long john type, which is pretty cool. Moving on, we've got this Cressy suit here, which is, I believe, a 3.5mm suit. So again, got the open cell, which is the sticky sort of thing that you'd need lube to get into, but they do keep you a lot warmer over the time. So if you're diving long time in the water, you probably want to get one of these ones, and you can go a little bit thicker as well, and that just gives you really, really good warmth. Some more Cressy suits here, all the way down to these Rob Allen suits, which are really, really good as well. One of my mates uses these, so really, really good quality, 3.5mm. And as you notice, they're all sort of camouflaged or have some sort of camo color. Usually a loading pad as well for loading your spear gun, which is really, really important. And almost all of them would have a hood too. So when you're diving, a hood's really important just for that extra warmth, because a lot of the heat does escape out of your head, especially when you're diving in super cold conditions, like down here in Perth in the winter and stuff like that. Definitely want to get a open cell and get a 3.5mm at least. Britta runs like a 5mm, but we'll jump over and check out the ladies' suits now, and she can run you through those. All right, B, run us through some of the ladies' suits.
All right, first up, we have the 5mm suits for the men, just in case you're a little bit like me, you get freezing cold, doesn't matter what temperature it is. These two are men's 5mm, which will keep you super duper warm, but we are starting to grow our range of ladies' wetsuits. I like to think I have a little bit something to do with it. We've got a Ocean Hunter, which actually comes in a 3.5mm and a 5mm. So it depends. If you know you get really cold, go the 5mm. You'll be a little bit more buoyant in the water, so you might need some more weights, but 3.5mm does well for most people. We've got the 3.5mm Salvamas Lady Seawalker. These lady suits are a lot better for the women because they do taper in at the waist, which actually helps. I know that I've used a few of the men's suits and they seem to just come straight down, which ends up in rolls and water coming in. So these are fitted properly for ladies, and they're actually sewn to fit your body perfectly. So then we also have the Cressy Tokugawa, which comes in the men's. So if you do want to be matchy-matchy with your man, you can do that one.
Or we can get the Wayhana matchy-matchy.
We could get Wayhana matchy-matchy. So this is the one I have at the moment. I have a 3.5mm Wayhana Goliath. This is a sick pattern. I love this. I actually bought this when I went to Hawaii, and when I showed the boss when I came back, he decided he was going to order them in because they look so cool. And then I also have the 3.5mm Wayhana in the Kajiki blue, which I think is sick, especially for those tropical waters. I wear this up north quite a lot. The loading pads are amazing. They seem to be super, super comfortable, and the lining is just beautiful in these. So they are an open cell, but they're quite a smooth skin open cell, which I find really comfortable. And that is all for the lady suits.
What's next?
What's next? We might talk about weight belts next.
All right.
So come over here with me. At the moment, we have 3 different types. We have fabric weight belts, a little bit more used for scuba diving. We'll try and steer you a little bit away from the fabric belts just because the weights can move around a little bit on them, especially when you duck dive. Then we've got the rubber weight belts, these Ocean Hunter rubber weight belts, some Cressy ones. And then top of the range, a little bit more expensive, but we've got our silicone weight belts. So brands like Kiwa, which we absolutely love. These are the ones Caden and I use.
Sold out in our colour.
Sold out in our beautiful white that we love. We actually do love white for a reason, because when you're at the bottom and you're laying on the bottom, your partner can see you from the surface. It's very, very bright in the water to see all the white. I have all white accessories, and that is actually the main reason, not because I just love matching.
Yeah, and because obviously your wetsuit's like usually a camouflage type colour.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So you want to make sure your dive buddy can see you. Cressy has also brought out a silicone weight belt now, so they come in heaps more colours. We've sold out a few of those. But the Kiwa are what we are using at the moment. They have been amazing, bringing out a range of different colours. So the silicone's really good because it is quite a sticky material. So your belt weights will actually stick to these. You can hold them upside down and shake them, and they usually won't fall off. And then also they stick to your wetsuit. So what happens is when you do duck dive, the weights don't move around and it doesn't ride up. So it's not uncomfortable and you don't really know it's there. So absolutely love these. I'd highly recommend these Kiwa weight belts.
All right, guys, the next thing we're going to talk about is masks and snorkels. Now, these are something that is really, really hard to sort of talk about and recommend, because with masks especially, snorkels not so much, but masks, you have to choose something that fits to your face. Now, everyone has a different shaped brow, different shaped face, different shaped nose. So each mask is going to fit you slightly different. For me, I obviously use the one up here, the Ocean Hunter GoPro mask, just because I like running my GoPro on there to film all the stuff that I film for you guys. B Run's also a GoPro type mask, but I've had heaps of different masks that are on this wall. I do honestly love the Rob Allen Snapper mask, which is a great, great mask as well, which is this one right here. What it depends on really is we can kind of talk about is the volume of the mask, which is how much air sits inside the mask. So you'll notice the spearfishing ones have a lot smaller lenses and they're really low profile and sit quite close to your face, just so they're heaps easier to equalize when you get deeper. Some of these bigger ones, obviously still great for spearfishing and freediving, but they just have a lot more volume inside, so it's a bit harder to equalize them sometimes. Obviously tinting is a massive thing as well, which like gives the reflection to the fish, so they might come in a bit closer, and obviously all the different colors as well. So if you wanted to get a colored mask, I don't have, but the shop has a lot of different colors you can choose from. Snorkels, that's just pretty much just choose a color that you like, whether you want to have like a little purge thing at the bottom or just have a straight tube one. I obviously run just straight tube, and I recently just got this Cressy pink one, so I really like that one. Again, just a bit of color so that when I'm diving deep, maybe the dive buddy who's on the surface, my dive buddy can see me just a little bit better, but there's definitely no need for a specific color or anything like that. And then there's a couple over here as well, which is like some ones that you use for snorkeling, just a bit easier to purge and stuff with that bottom purge valve. But other than that, we've got a mask strap as well, just a shark eyes one, which is just a little, I guess, deterrent that we have on our masks. But other than that, pretty simple. But mask, you've got to get down to the store, any spearfishing store or freediving store, and try them on and make sure they fit on your face. But other than that, get down and find something that fits.
I'm totally not sure about where you pulled the fact from that UV lenses attract fish, but anyway.
What do you mean? I got told that the mirrors so like the fish can see themselves and come closer.
Guys, that's not a genuine fact. I think he's completely pulled that one out the ringer. I don't know where it came from, but yeah, we'll go with it.
Yeah, UV lens. What's it for? To block
for the UV light, yeah, when you're on the surface.
We get these ones here to block the UV light.
Or attract the fish. The fish come in a bit closer.
No, seriously, they do actually come a bit closer. Yeah, I've noticed it.
Genuine Caden facts. Genuine fakes.
Genuine Caden facts. We're on to spear guns, which is a very important part of spearfishing. Run us through some of the options. I mean, We could probably do a whole episode on this.
Yeah,
but...
like this could go on for ages, so I'll keep it short and sweet. So what we've got, our main spear guns we have here are Rob Allen guns, just because the parts are easy to source. They're good quality guns. They have a lifetime warranty, so any shop that sells Rob Allen has to come and fix something. Like if the trigger mat breaks, doesn't matter how old it is, if you take it in, they have to replace it for you. Obviously not the rubbers, not the shaft, but things internally, if something happens, they have to replace, so lifetime warranty on those. So they really know their stuff and they know that they're good quality guns. To put a lifetime warranty on something, they know that they are going to last forever. So there's a few different versions. I won't go right into it, but obviously the differences are the rubbers, things like the thickness of the shafts, the length of the gun as well, the shark clips, just little added extras on each of the guns as they go up, the loading bar, those sort of things, but I won't get too technical. Rob Allen's always a good, safe option for a gun, especially if you're starting out. You want to do something easy, you know, it's all ready to go. Rob Allen is a good choice. We've also got these beautiful Hawaiian koa guns. So Caden actually purchased one of these not too long ago when we got them in store. These are beautiful wooden guns. These ones actually have 3 rubbers. So a nice blue water gun if you're into that sort of stuff. They have come all the way from Hawaii. So
handmade too.
They're handmade, yeah. They know their stuff. They're a really, really beautiful gun. So we haven't used ours too much yet, but we're going to start shooting a little bit more with it. So we're very excited. That's our new addition. We've also...
Maybe take down a marlin.
Yeah, we want to take down a marlin. We've also purchased some Manisab roller guns. We've got some Rob Allen rollers here, which are really good as well. And then Manisab. So Manisab's an Australian brand as well. We recently purchased a single roller and a double roller. I cannot load the double roller.
I don't think I've even shot anything with my double roller.
We haven't used it too much. It's just for that deeper water stuff, but we haven't kind of done too many of those trips lately. So maybe one day we'll get a marlin with it. That's our that's our goal. But these are beautifully made. Beautiful handles on the Manisab. Very, very, very popular handles. And then the roller gun. So obviously a little bit different to a rail gun. You get a bit more power with a roller gun. These ones run 16 mil rubbers, reactive. And they are really, really beautiful guns to shoot. So a little bit of personal preference with spear guns. It's not what your best friend tells you to buy. It's kind of what you're used to, what you get used to and what you like using in the water, not necessarily what your dive buddy likes using. So the best thing to do is get in there and practice with your own gun, learn how to shoot it properly, where it shoots, and all the ins and outs of your own gun. And don't worry about what everyone else is telling you to get, just get what you want to get.
Yeah.
So that's important, I think. We've also got some cray snares over here.
Ooh, moving on.
Just moving on. We could go into spear guns all day, but...
Yeah, if you do have any questions, I guess.
Yeah, please comment and I can answer what I can answer. We've got the 2 brands here. So we've got our Old Man Blue, which we love, and also our beautiful Odysseus loops. We love both of these brands. They are amazing WA brands. Been going for years. Yeah, both owned by Legends, actually. They are awesome. We've got the float on the Odysseus loop and then the clips on the bottom of the Old Man Blue loops. And they come in a few different sizes as well. Really handy when you need a cray.
Last but not least, pretty much knives.
Yeah, pretty much. So knives always good just to have as a safety thing, really, more than anything else. Obviously, we have a knife on our weight belt. We like it on our weight belt. Some people wear it on their leg or their arm. We have it for killing fish. So something like this, just a standard spearfishing kill knife, really, really, really good. So one serrated edge, one nice sharp point straight into the fish. That'll kill the fish, and then we obviously bleed them as well with these. So always helps having a really sharp knife, but just for safety reasons, in case you get tangled, you always want to have a knife for many reasons on you while you're spearfishing. But yeah, something like that is a really good kill knife. And then we've got all of our filleting knives, our skinning knives, our Victorinox and Psychart ones. So they are very, very good quality knives. And
yeah, we
then-
have both. They're both so good.
Very, very good, yeah.
And you've got one of the Salvamar knives.
I've got a Salvamar, nice white one to match my nice white accessories.
Yeah, all your white accessories.
Nah, but honestly, any knife will do the job. You just kind of want to have that there for safety as well. Mainly, and then, filleting knives, make sure you learn how to fillet your fish.
Oh, maybe an episode on that next.
Maybe.
All right, guys, one of the last sorts of things on the list is just like sort of free diving, I guess, and spearfishing accessories. So things like catch bags, you're going to need one of those if you're getting crays. So many different ones on the market, heaps of different sizes. This one's like a jumbo double size one. You've obviously got these ones here, which is like the Old Man Blue sea sack. They're what we use, pretty impressive. You've just got like the cray type bags, like the Odysseus ones. And then these sorts of ones here, which is like the plastic one with the mesh at the bottom. Dive flags, you're going to need a dive flag for sure. Obviously gidgies, things like that. Flashes, they're another thing. You obviously got these sorts of flashes, ladder flashes, spinner flashes. But that's once you get like a bit more experienced in spearfishing. Then you get throw flashes as well, which is like a small little mirror that you can throw, which are like these sorts of things here, like little spinner ones. And then, obviously different prong heads and stuff for your gidgies. Then you've got these here, which are like little chicken floats, which we hang our catch bag off when we're diving. They're really handy. You've got float lines as well, moving on sort of into like more advanced spearfishing. You have things like these, which are like really elite sort of float lines. And then you've got these sorts of ones here, which are like a rope style float line. Oops, breaking stuff. Rope style float line, which are really good for beginners. So when you sort of begin spearfishing, you can either get a reel on your gun or you can attach a float line to it. So you can attach one of these easy float lines to one of these sorts of little floats here. It's like a $50 float. And then what you can do is have a float like this, for example, and that's got a little dive flag on it. So if you're doing shore diving and things like that, you can tow a little dive flag along behind you, and that way people will know you're diving. Really, really brief sort of run through on float lines and flags and bags and things like that. But if you want to know more, again, just come in and see Britta at work or just drop a comment below and we can help you out. Britta spoke about guns. What else have we got?
We'll talk about the reels because we use a reel.
Yeah, reels. So obviously these guns like mostly don't come with reels, but you can add one. So obviously Rob Allen has their own reel. Some of these sorts of guns here, Cressies, they come with little reels as well. So you sort of use them kind of like a fishing reel, I guess. You attach it to your spear. So when you shoot a fish, basically the fish will be attached to your gun through the line. So instead of just having this bit of mono, which is only about 4 or 5 meters long, usually like 2 or 3 lengths of the gun, you have a whole lot of line which is attached to this reel. So that way you've got 50 meters to play with. And that way if the fish goes into the reef, then you can still obviously swim back to the surface and catch your breath and then sort of pull it up. Or if you're shooting like a Spanish, bang, they can take off and then that way you're still attached to them with the reel. So yeah, these are great guns with reels. I love using Aussie reels. They're just really, really good quality. So obviously over here is a bunch of different reels that they have at Spear West, but this is the sort of ones that we run here. So they clip onto your gun through here. Really, really heavy duty plastic. Barry, Misha and the team down at Aussie Reels make a seriously good product. So yeah, I use one of those on some of my guns and I also use some of the Aquagat reels as well. Then you just, grab some of the line, Dyneema, usually about 50 meters. Heaps of different options. Obviously, things like belt reels as well, which can attach to your weight belt. So you've got 50 meters on here as well, spare. So if you do plug a big fish, then you can attach that again. So you have an extra 50 meters just to be safe. All bits of different rubber here. So many different types of rubber, reactive, progressive, different brands, micro bore, big bore. If you need rubbers, come on down and see Britta and she can make some. She's really, really good at making them as well. And everyone loves when she makes good rubbers and they do last as well. So some people think that girls can't make rubbers. That's not true. And yeah, shafts as well, like all different types of shafts, lengths, single flopper, double flopper, these sorts of ones as well. There's just so many different shafts that you can get for your gun. And one of the coolest things in Spear West is their huge big range of Yeti gear, which is, I guess, not really spearfishing related, but obviously the eskies and stuff you use, things like these for like camera gear we use all the time.
Perfect on the boat, waterproof stuff.
waterproof stuff.
It's really handy.
These bags, obviously everyone knows we use those. I got one that I take up to work, one of those ones. Coffee cups at work, water bottles at home. Yeah, Psycho Yeti range. But that's pretty much it. Everything you would need for spearfishing you can get here at Spearwest. Now, this is obviously not like a paid video. Spearwest don't even know that we're making it, so sorry guys. But we're in here just checking out all the stuff. So if you do need anything, come on down, see Britta behind the camera, and yeah, get whatever gear you need. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully you guys learned something, some basics of spearfishing, and obviously some more of the intermediate expert kind of stuff as well down here. So if you want to know more, just yell out, and hopefully we can help. I guess that's what we're trying to do. So see you guys in the next one.
Don't know what wide bore is, but yeah. It's definitely such thing as micro bore, but I think
Yeah, micro
bore
bore
is
and
normal.
wide bore. Micro bore and normal bore. Totally.
I don't think there's a name for
I
it.
don't work here. I'm just trying my best. Micro bore, 16 mil, 14 mil, 18 mil, 20 mil.
And how do you go getting the bridle beads into the micro bore? You've had a bit of a play today.
I'm so useless at it. Using all these tools here, I would suggest if you want to get your rubbers made, come in and see Britta and not me, because I'm garbage at it. Oh, no.
Oh, genuine thrill for me today. This is hilarious.
Yeah, it's like being a kid on work experience.
Yeah, it's great.
Maybe I'll get a job here.
Bring your kid to
Oh,
work
bring your
day.
kid.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah. Bring your kid to work day.
Pretty
Yeah.
much how I feel.